Heart was really one of the first bands that really made it internationally, kind of put Seattle on the map as a rock and roll town. What was happening up there before that with you? Like, who were you guys listening to?
We were listening to, the top 50 radio stations at the time. And when the Beatles came to play in Seattle in '66, it was just like the biggest countdown in the universe. And it was all the community spirit of not a very big town, like a music town. Seattle comes by rock music very honestly. It's just a port town. It's like the Liverpool of the Northwest.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
It was just a funny thing that when you guys, Heart, to me, that was kind of like my era where I was trying to make it. So I was watching you guys really close. And, I mean, like listening on the radio, oh, they got another hit. Oh, that sounds good. I should, have that drum sound, all that kind of stuff. But, Jerry, when Heart was really hitting big up there, what were you doing during that time?
Well, I was probably just just trying to figure out that this is something that I wanted to do, and there's always been a big community for all sorts of art and creative people in the Northwest, but particularly in rock and roll, which is what I aspired to be. I wanted to be in a band, and we had some local folks that did it well, man. And
were you listening to Heart and saying, oh man, we got to be like them to make it, or did you guys? What kind of music were you playing?
Everybody starts out emulating their heroes. Everybody does, and
that's
so
really true.
So there's definitely some Heart tunes I learned for sure. And
as soon as Nirvana and Alice in Chains emerged from Seattle, the whole '80s thing was completely kaput in no time at all.
The thing that happened in Seattle, the history of it, there's different waves. One wave crashes when another one starts to swell up, and so we were a part of that. And to see that happen in our town with so many other musicians that were great bands, man, and have that all happen at the same time.
It happened
really
right
rare,
there too.
Really rare.
It happened right there.
Really rare.
There were times where I was kind of nervous around you guys. I thought, man, these guys probably think
They were at a party at Ann's house right after the '80s, and was one of the first parties we kind of all hung out at.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous too
it's uncomfortable.
that it would be like, oh, the old has-beens, the old dinosaurs.
I'm telling you,
with their stupid big hair and their stupid videos, and these guys are legit. Like they broke the mold and they changed music, and it was so cool to be in a room with you guys, and you were so non-judgmental and so very cool, and it's like, hey, can you show me how to play the beginning of that one song, Mistral Wind? Like you asked me how to play that one song, and I was like, whew,
Well, that's your answer right there.
Yeah.
We always respected you guys, and I respect you as well. And really what it comes down to is trying to make good music and write good songs, and you guys have both written plenty of those. So
the thing that brought me to wanting to interview the two of you is really about the two scenes that came out of the same place, and it wasn't like there was a big gap between them where nothing was happening. Heart was still hot as fire when you guys came into the thing. So it's interesting to me. But now that everything's grown up, it's like hearing music, and like you said, the music is what we all now relate to each other about, even though we've become friends and everything else. But I'm a big fan of both you guys as songwriters, as singers, as entertainers, and just
right back at you, man.
This is definitely a Seattle song that was never finished exactly. So, and I wrote it about Lane Staley.
Oh.
And our dear departed Lane Staley, and your other brother, of course. And I never got to know him that well because he was really an interior person. I know you knew him super well.
Yep.
But anyway, it was a song that I was trying to imitate my own sort of Jerry Cantrell guitar part. And so, and be
better have some dark tuning on that
dark
thing.
and be Seattle-ish with it,
You played this, we jammed this at Ann's place too, right?
Yeah. And it's still never finished. Maybe you could help me finish it at some point. But. Jimmy's on a lifeboat, trying to stay afloat. His hands are in his pocket, his heart is in his throat. Jimmy remember
sight.
the rest.
Damn, Nancy got big and bad on us. Made wimps out of us. Look, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It is a
Nancy,
wrap.
I want to thank you, Nancy. I want to thank you, Jerry, for coming out and doing this with me. This is really
Really good.
fun to me to stretch out like this, play new songs, and
Dude,
great.
thanks for having us,
Great.
man.
Yeah,
It's
it was
really
Thanks.
fun to sit here with all three of us, you know?
Nancy Wilson, Jerry Cantrell, signing off. Thank you.
Here we are at LA Live, the site of the Grammy Museum, with my good buddy Kevin Cronin. And Kevin, you came out here from where? From like Midwest or something?
Illinois, baby. We came out here for the studio scene, the record plant on 3rd Street.
What scene
you
was
know.
happening then? I mean, LA's had punks, we've had, surf music, glam rock, the metal scene. A lot of the metal scene came out of here.
LA brought everybody, man.
Yeah.
Because the studios were here. I mean, we kind of followed the Eagles out here. They were
That's the other thing,
yeah.
LA scene. It was the mellow rock,
Folk rock,
yeah,
man,
the
with the
folk
jangly,
rock.
the Birds,
Yeah.
and Buffalo Springfield. That was my love right there.
LA's been
It's all
you,
here.
you guys, REO, you guys were never punks, right? You never did that.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
took the nose ring out of
Just around the
yeah,
house,
yeah,
probably.
I don't show the tats. Yeah, just around the house.
Let's go inside and get a glimpse of rock and roll history. Come on, Kevin, what do you think?
Let's do this, bud.
Whoa, there's Taylor Swift. Kevin,
Red, you gotta talk to her,
listen.
man. You gotta get your...
Listen, Taylor, listen, that red thing, I'm the red rocker. You stole that from me, didn't you?
I am Kate Stubner. I am the Senior Manager of Education at the Grammy Museum. We teach about the history of music, and we try to make it as interactive as possible. And everything is touchscreen, everything is interactive. I think the best way to experience the Grammy Museum is to come in with an open mind and not going straight to the music that you already love, but really exploring different genres of music that you might not have ever heard of before.
So Taylor, so how many Grammys do you have in here?
A lot, actually. The entire second floor is dedicated to me and my Grammys.
Wait a minute, you're not Taylor. There she is. Oh my
me,
God,
yes.
you can't fool me
Sorry.
anymore.
It was good.
Okay, I caught her.
So we are on the 3rd floor of the museum right now, and this is our Grammy Awards timeline. So it goes from the first telecast in 1959 all the way up until last year in 2015.
I love reliving some of this stuff, though, man. It goes, look at this. It goes from Sinatra in 66 to
the
Sgt.
Beatles.
Pepper's in 67.
Wow.
There's like a paradigm shift in the universe right there, man. How about it?
Kevin, thanks for coming by.
Hey, man.
My fellow Libran buddy, always a pleasure hanging with you.
Good
And
to see you, Sammy.
I want to do a show with you and REO. Let's
I
do
love
the
that.
old hometown, the original town where REO came out of. Which
That'll
is
be
what?
awesome. Champaign, Illinois, man.
We're going to Champaign, Illinois next.
Let's do it.
Someday. Maybe not next. Eventually.